Have you ever wondered what it's like to shoot a music festival from a photographer's point of view? Well, I got you. I'm gonna bring you along with me to Dreamville Festival 2025, the 5th and final year, and I brought my Ray-Ban Metas with me. So what I see, you'll see. Yo, what's good? It's Jared, and I just got back from photographing Dreamville Festival 2025. Now, I did something a little different this year. I captured my entire experience as a festival photographer using the Ray-Ban Meta glasses. You're about to see what it's like being in the trenches, capturing performances, capturing moments with celebrities, working under pressure, navigating a photo pit, and a sea of energy, creativity, and what I can only describe as beautiful chaos literally through my lens. Festivals like Dreamville are non-stop. There's no time to just reset and capture your moment. You have to get it and get it fast. This year was sold out for Dreamville, so there was literally people everywhere. But it's the 5th and final year, it's only right. For the performance shots, there's like a rhythm to it. Like you have to be aware of where an artist is gonna be next. When they're performing from the stage left to stage right, you start to pick up kind of how they move, what angles look the best on them, where the sun is at, what their pyro, what their lights, what the technician, what the set is giving. You want to be able to capture a little bit of everything. For most of these artists, we only get 3 songs in a photo pit. So you better be moving and grabbing what you can, and not just close-ups, not just wides, but a variety of everything within those 3 songs. You got to anticipate, not just photographing where they are, but where you feel like they'll be next. For portraits, it's a bit of the same, except now you have some extra elements to it, right? You got the sun moving around, you got clouds moving. For Dreamville Fest this last year, it was super humid. So you have to be aware of A, how your gear is gonna react to that, but also how your artist and your talent's gonna react on screen. A lot of them don't wanna be in the heat that long. A lot of them feel like they're gonna get sweaty. So you wanna be able to get in, get out, get those clips, get those shots that you need, and let them go about their day. They have a million other things, a million other press outlets, performances they need to do, all these other things they want. So my job as a photographer is to go get the best image I can with the least amount of hassle and still allowing them to feel confident that whatever I walk away with isn't gonna have them looking crazy. Cool, and then we're gonna do one still right here. So you might just take one step this way, perfect, right there. Now that jersey is, well, I was about to say the jersey's way too hard, yep. Half turn there, fire, yep, one more. And heat. Appreciate you, brother. I can't understate how important it is to read a room, right? When you're first approaching an artist, you want to build a rapport, but you also know that there's, once again, a million things that they have to do. You have their PR on your shoulder. I have the client, this time it was MTV, on my other shoulder. Everybody wants this shot, but they also want to move on with their day. So building that rapport, but also being very direct. Hey, I want to take a shot of you here. I'm then going to move you over here. This is what we're going to do for the next 45 seconds. And honestly, for a lot of these shots, that's how quick it is. Like 30 to 45 seconds may be all the time that I take because I don't want to hold their time. All right, so the gear that I use. For performance shots, I use the Canon R5. I love this camera. This is my workhorse. This is my baby, especially when it comes to fast moving action or performance type of shooting. Right now I have the 7200 on it, which is what I kept on it the entire Dreamville Festival. I love a good close-up. I love an intimate moment during a performance. The 7200 gives me that perfect balance of being able to have a telephoto lens without something super heavy hanging off my body throughout the entire time that I'm shooting or trying to navigate that photo pit. The R5 pairs with it really well. Obviously we have the RF system all the way through, but because of the megapixel count on this camera, I'm able to get a little, just enough extra crop in. Even if the 200 end of my lens isn't as tight as I want to be, I can just push in just a little bit more, especially since a lot of these images are going to end up on Instagram and online anyway. So R5 7200, that is my workhorse for performances. For portraits, I went with something a little different. We're going to switch to a whole nother system. Now, a lot of photographers don't do that. A lot of photographers like to stick with one system. I get it. That's how I normally or used to like to shoot. But I love this Fuji X100 system so much that this is now my go-to portrait camera. Before, I used to still use my R5 for portraits. I would swap out the lens, put a 24-70 or maybe a prime on there just to get the look that I want. And that gave me a beautiful type of combination. But I love the fact that I can dial in a recipe on this X100V6. I'm sorry, X100V. What are we calling this again? The X106, the X100V1, whatever. I can dial in a look on this X106, put a recipe in here, fire away, and it's practically ready where I could just send the JPEG off to the social team to post. Now, I don't do that. I shoot everything in RAW. I go through, refine, retouch images, all of those things, especially for portraits. But this, I love it. With the 6, you get a new image stabilization, so it has the IBIS built into it. I made a video talking about that a little bit. So we're shot using the X106, every single one of them. And when I tell you I'm super impressed with how these came out, oh my goodness, I couldn't be happier. Between the recipes, between the megapixel count, the lock-off lens and the size of it makes it feel a lot more intimate. It's a lot less intimidating to be in front of a celeb, an artist, whoever, trying to grab photos when you have this, massive lens and big camera like the R5 or whatever in front of them. This feels a lot more intimate. I can just kind of quickly look up, look over, and it feels solid. I know that I'm gonna get a solid image out of this. It may not have the dynamic range that I get out of my R5, but once I'm built in my recipes, once I have everything locked in, I'm getting close to what I want the final to look like anyway. Here, 2 more, and then give me 1 more set. Oh, that's nice, yep. Let me check, second to double check, make sure we got it. Oh yeah, we got something. We're gonna just do 2 more real quick. Okay. Cool. The secret weapon with this, right, is not just to use this by itself, but to pair it with a flash. What I use is the Godox AD200 Pro. The Godox AD200 Pro, a lot of folks have these at this point. I see them all the time. It's super compact, literally fits in this little bag. It's rechargeable. It comes with 1 battery, but I'll tell you, this battery will last all day. I think there's only been maybe 1 time that I've had this light that it didn't last throughout 1 whole day. And it gives you just a beautiful image. Combined with this X106, I use the X3 trigger on top, and it's handheld, it's portable. I'll literally have the Fuji on one hand, and then I have the AD200 Godox light on my other, and I'm just firing away. One-man banding it. What I will put to diffuse is this silicone, almost like a China ball, the silicone diffuser. I love this because it gives the same feeling as if you're doing or shooting with like a softbox, but with less the size, less the weight, more portable. I can go ahead, break this down, keep it small like this. This is game changer. I don't see a lot of people with those. I see a lot of people with the AD200 Pros. That's a go-to, but I'm telling you, that silicone, that'll change your life a little bit. So here's some performance shots that I took using the Canon R5. This one is of Wayne. I love the way that the LED light is kind of hidden behind him, kind of almost creating that halo around. He's smiling. The one dope thing about Wayne is that he will smile throughout his whole performance, and he will end his performance with, "Thank you." Every performance he ended with a thank you. That pit was packed. It was a good time, super high energy. But yeah, we got some really good shots with that. This next photo, Tems. Oh my gosh, I love shooting Tems. This is, I think, my 2nd or 3rd time shooting a Tems performance. She always comes with great energy. She always looks amazing. Photographs just naturally so well. The body glitter just created nice little things to kind of bounce light off of. She loves to move around the stage. She gets all the way to the corners of the stages, which like plays really nice, especially if there's light kind of coming from the sides. And she always has a big moment in the center. Like center stage, she's gonna have her mic stand out. She's gonna own it. She's gonna really set you up for some really good straight down the barrel shots. And then these are some of the other performances that I got using the R5. Got some Glorilla in there. The J. Cole photos, love these. He always has these unique sets where it's like a house or something that just feels home, especially with this being in North Carolina, his home state. And so this one, you see kind of like the inside of his house. Last year, he was kind of like outside of his house, like on like the roof of the car or on, he's been on the roof of the house before. I really loved what I was able to grab with this, kind of playing with the smoke, playing with the silhouette, getting some of those close-ups. You could tell he was having a good time, but allowing that light to kind of hit and play with like the fact that there was full color wash over all of them. Which brings us to some of our portrait shots, right? So we were able to get portraits of a few folks, Ludacris, Coco Jones, JID. We got portraits of a lot of folks. What's going on? I'm Jared, still with MTV.
Hey,
how you feeling? We're gonna do 2 photos, just one here and then just one over here. So we can start right here real quick. Straight, on that right there. Really good, one more. Love that, love that. And then let me get you one right here. Cool, great. If you want to put like 1 foot up, if you want to step, yep, dope. Dope, and one last one. Fire. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Now let's talk a little bit about this BTS, right? As I mentioned, I use the Ray-Ban Meta glasses throughout my shooting to get some of these BTS angles. Now, this probably will be my new favorite toy for filming stuff when it comes to BTS, on set, whatever. Because they're just they're so sleek and stylish. Like, it's natural for me to be wearing these in general. Dreamville, day 2 with the crew. Nobody was excited. You want to do a second take? Want to try it again? All right, we'll do it. Ready? And 3, 2. Dreamville, day 2 with the crew. We'll take it. All right, we'll try it again. Yeah. The woo, it got better.
The woo in the back.
I don't think you needed to. 2, no, the footage isn't the most amazing. You're not about to go out and create your next short film using these, but they're good enough where I feel comfortable sharing them. And they're discreet enough where, hey, like, cool, it's not like, hey, look at me. I don't have to keep my hand on my camera and my phone while I'm capturing these moments. But it's also not extremely creepy. You can see right now, this light over in this top right-hand corner, that lets anybody know that I'm filming. You can take photos, you can take video. With the new update, now you can record up to 3-minute long videos. It used to be just 60 seconds. Now you can do full 3-minute videos. Also, the mic sounds good on here. Like, I could talk about these glasses all day. These became my new favorite toy almost immediately once I got them. And so you see all of these moments where I'm moving through the crowd, where I'm on the cart kind of getting from one stage to the other, moving around the festival. And I would normally have to have my hands up or on my phone or on another camera to get these shots. Here, I'm just literally just being able to interact, move around, grab everything with whatever's on my face. The one bad side of these, like I said, the quality of the footage, not the best, but it's good enough for what you're getting. I'd rather get the moment and get the content than try to take the time and set up the shot, right? That's number 1. 2, the fact that the camera is to the left, that does throw it off a little bit. So it's not what you're looking at directly in front of you, it's not gonna be in line. It's gonna have a slight tilt and a slight angle to it. And I also like to wear caps, especially when I'm filming at festivals. That sun is above you, you got a lot going on. You can see I got some hair. And so I like to wear a cap. And unfortunately, when you're doing that, it kind of puts a bit of a block on the top half of your frame. So that sucks a little bit. But those are pretty much the only things I could say negatively about these. The battery lasted almost all day. The case holds a charge. There's over 30 gigs, I believe, of hard drive space in the glasses themselves. So I have yet to run out of space. The microphones, like I said on this, I was able to, even traveling around, keep these shades on. When I'm going from the airport, on the plane, off the plane, I was able to have music playing, be able to talk, take calls. It's not distracting. To be honest, the noise cancellation on this is actually really good. I was having a phone call on the plane and they couldn't even hear what was going on in the background. There's a mic really right here around the edge, like the bridge of the nose. And so that picks up just your voice. So yeah, they did a really great job with these. I've been excited to get these for a while. I'm glad I was able to grab some for my birthday. You didn't get me anything for my birthday. It's okay. We don't got to talk about it right now. But you know, I'm just a little disappointed. I get it. I haven't made a video in a while, but you could have got me something for my birthday. I'm just saying. The Ray-Ban Metas will likely be my go-to BTS camera just when I want to go hands off. I still have my DJI Osmo just when I want to get a little bit more cinematic, and then we can slowly step up to then more cinematic cameras. And that's kind of what I love about it. Like, the BTS shouldn't feel like it's a whole lot of effort. It should be able to just pick up the moment and you go. And that's what those do. My Osmo, yes, I can pick it up and go on a different level, but there's still a level of thinking that I have to do. With the Ray-Bans, I don't have to think at all. I just hit record and we get what we get. All right, well listen, that pretty much wraps up my Dreamville Festival experience 2025. I'm glad I was able to bring y'all along with me using those Ray-Ban Meta glasses. I'm sure we'll do some more of these. There's a couple of more festivals I have lined up with MTV. I also do some shooting with BET, so I'm sure there'll be more content on the way. In the meantime, as always, if you have any questions, anything you want to know, hit me up. If you enjoyed this content, hit a like, hit a subscribe, come with me on this journey. It's a dope time. Yeah. Let me check my notes, see if there's anything I missed. Cool. If you need me, find me on Instagram, find me on LinkedIn, find me on Threads, find me whatever. It's Jared McGriff across everything, or jared.mcgriff on Instagram. Later, y'all. It's come to my attention that I've looked sleepy on my last video, and I was exhausted. That video was from August of last year. You know how many shoots I had backed up last year? It was dumb. It was ridiculous. I barely slept that entire 6 months between like April to whatever. Anywho, I promise to look more engaging. See, is this what you wanted? This is the energy? This is the excitement that you wanted in my face? Okay, that's a little too close. Anyway, appreciate y'all. More content on the way or something like that. We'll see. Nobody asked for this.